there's a famous, I guess we'll call it like a myth of how our body adapts to exercise. And it's based on this wrestler, Milo from Crotus. I don't know if you heard of him, but basically he was a young boy that he was a wrestler apparently, and he used to basically train and put a calf on his back, and he used to do squats. And as obviously the calf grew, became a cow, he was then squatting by the time, he was an adult, he was squatting a cow. So obviously, as the cow grew, his body adapted, and that kind of puts in a nutshell what progressive overload is like. We basically challenge our body at the same time as our bodies tend to adapt. So then it leads our bodies to develop a new physical state.
Okay. All right. And that's key. That progression is key to the benefit.
It is definitely key to the benefit, because once we start to not progress with the exercise, our bodies are just going to be used to it, and it won't respond as favorably as it would when it's a more of a challenging type of stimulus. I kind of thought about this prior to coming on air, that we do kind of create a bit of a disordered state, like in terms of, like when you see someone finish a bout of exercise, you look at them and they're probably going to be red in the face. They're going to probably sweating, out of breath, and you're thinking, wow, this person's struggling. Now, if you didn't know they were exercising, you'd say, this person's sick, get them to the emergency department straight away. But once you know that they've been exercising, you go, oh, that's what happened. They're exercised. And they're like that, but is because they've actually exposed themselves to something that wasn't balanced. It created disorder in their body. Now, that disorder was temporary. It was a periodic disorder. And through creating that, then our bodies basically know, well, we need to adapt. We need to make some changes. And that's what happens. Our bodies basically go from a disordered state to become more orderly. And to become more orderly, it makes changes in our body. It does things to our heart. It changes the way the heart functions. It changes the way that our bodies deal with inflammation. It changes the way the blood flows throughout the body. So all these changes that occur are going to be positive changes.
Right, and that's